Hello, class. Our last notes for this chapter are 1.5, solving proportions. Proportions are going to be equations. We'll start off with some vocabulary. The first is ratio. A ratio is a comparison of two values. It is written as a fraction. So in this first problem here, it says a pet store has 10 kittens and 6 puppies. The ratio of dogs to cats, so it would be the puppies, 6, over the cats, 10. There is also another way that I should have mentioned you can write a ratio, and that's with the 2 dots in between. So we could also do this as 6 with the 2 dots to 10. However, you do want to simplify. So our simplified version, regardless, we would divide top and bottom by 2. So it should be 3/5 or 3/5. For the ratio of cats to the total number of animals, so cats first, the total number of animals would be the cats plus the dogs. So that's 10 to 16. Now we would need to reduce this. Dividing by 2, you would get 5 to 8. Keep in mind, you can also write this as a fraction. Now, ratios are part of a proportion. A proportion has 2 ratios that are equal to each other. To solve a proportion, we're going to do something called cross multiplying. So I'm going to write this a little bigger, and then I will show you what I mean. When we solve, we're going to take the top of the first ratio times the bottom of the second. So 7 times W. Then we put our equal sign. Then we take the bottom of the first ratio times the top of the second. 25 times 4. Now we can solve this equation. 7 times W is 7W equals 25 times 4 is 100. You would divide both sides by 7. So W is equal to 100 over 7. And that's it. For number 3, we'll go through the same process. We have 9 over 2 equals M over 12. It is important that you show your work and solve these equations as I am showing you. So we're going to do 9 times 12 and then make it equal to 2 times the M. 9 times 12 is 108. It's equal to 2M. And then divide both sides by 2 to get M equal to 54. So make sure you're showing all the steps that I am showing. For number 4, we have Z over 54 equals 5 over 9. Again, I'm going to cross multiply. Z times 9, which you could also write as 9 times Z, equals 54 times 5. So we get 9 times Z equals 54 times 5 is 270. We're going to divide both sides by 9, and Z should equal 30. In these next examples, they gave you a sentence. We're going to write it as a proportion, and then we'll solve it. So for this first one, it says 6 is to 20. We write that as 6 over 20. As, that means equals, X is to 70. We write that as a fraction. Now we have a proportion we can solve. We do 6 times 70 equals 20 times X. 6 times 70 is 420 equals 20X. We will divide both sides by 20. And that should equal 20 divided by 20 is 21 equals x. And we're done. We will follow the same process for number 6. 18 is to 15. We write that as a fraction. As means equals. And then we have y is to 50, another fraction. From there, now that we have our proportion written out, we can cross multiply. 18 times 50 equals 15 times y. 18 times 50 is 900. So I get 900 equals 15y. Divide both sides by 15. You get y is equal to 60. That's it for notes today. If you have any questions, be sure to contact your teacher.